Hello and welcome back to Fumble Folks, part 2 of Naming the Nameless. So, we're going to start with Dice heading off to explore and see if she can track down the murderer of Torrin.
Yes.
That little wee goblin bastard.
The bastard that shall be killed painfully and slowly.
I'm curious to hear the plans. So, we'll start with that. So, heading out, once again, you have an idea of where they're kind of set up around.
Yes. I believe it was, I want to say Butte, or something, Blythe, or something like that.
Buckle Alley.
There was a bee there somewhere. That's all I remember, and
Close
I
enough.
couldn't find it quick enough.
There we go.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Yeah, because particularly sort of tracking down, this appears to be sort of the area they work around. Yeah. Particularly their hideout. You now know where the inn is that they're using, the White Fang are using as a hideout. So this is about the right area you'd think you'd find Gem the Goblin.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you enter the area, once again, daytime, though it's daytime, because of the busy streets and things, you're still able to keep into shadows and areas, but I will require a stealth check. So I assume you're hiding from any presence of White Fang in the area.
Yeah, which is why I'm sort of like also in wolf form, so just like they're not going to recognize Little Goblin.
Yes, you look quite different to what you used to look. In fact, with that, I'm going to say advantage, because you don't look like anything like you looked before.
Okay.
So do make a second roll. And that's a critical of a 27. Holy hell. Yeah, no one spots you. Like a fart on the wind. But yes, traversing through the streets. You've been here a couple of times now as well, so you know how these back streets work. Some of the side alleys, there's a couple of rooftops you're able to get up onto and move across, as they make for great manoeuvring platforms. Having a watch around, the first thing you'll notice is there is goblin activity in this area. To get this time, now that you know these back streets, you're sort of spotting where they're moving and where they're heading between.
Do I recognize any of the goblins, or like do I recognize any sense that the goblins are giving off? If that makes sense.
Yeah, make me a investigation roll.
This is gonna be bad. I'm not usually good at we shall see.
That's a 1.
Who knows falls off?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're not picking up any scent. With the hustle and bustle, horses, carts and everything coming through, there's smells of food, everything is too overpowering for you to pick up anything. In fact, the goblins don't even smell like goblins, really. You can, though, make me a perception check as you're doing your sniff around.
Okay, doggy. I'm slightly better. I say slightly better. No, I'm not slightly better because.
There's another 1!
Yeah! My rolls are back to normal.
Do you get advantage in wolf form for perception checks at all, like you do for green?
Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah, you should get advantage when doing the scent, so do make another investigation roll with the scent. So you should have got an advantage for that.
Oh,
Don't
this
get
would
a
be
1.
interesting. I know.
Get a 1 again, it would just be aggressive.
Okay.
Slightly better.
12, not bad. Having a sniff around, you sort of go back to it now that you sort of realised you needed to get closer to the area. You do pick up the scent of dice on 2 goblins. It's very faint, like very faint, but you are picking it up. They look like they're moving a box of something between buildings. Taking a look at them, they appear to be White Fang goblins, just because they've got the tokens on little pendants as they move around. But it doesn't look like they've got any big muscle support with them. None of the orcs with them, it's just these 2 goblins They look to be younger as well, so possibly quite new to everything. Evil begins.
Oh yeah.
Scott's hanging around with Ulsanna.
I mean, maybe.
And this is where the orphanage catches fire.
Yeah. So do they go somewhere sort of quiet, sort of out the way where they can't really scream for help and be heard?
With the hustle and bustle, you think that's kind of the case anyway, and because they're using these back streets, the ones which you're getting very used to at the moment, most definitely you spot 1 or 2 times where you go, yeah, they're heading up there, they're climbing onto that rooftop. That is a point where you could get up to them without anyone finding out.
Okay, so does one of them look a lot more like newer to it and sort of like will sort of get scared easily?
The 2 of them, as I said, the 2 of them look fairly new to it anyway. So you think both of them probably quite easy targets. Especially, like you say, they're for goblins, they're quite young. And you can recognise that being a goblin. Well, wolf goblin yourself.
Yeah, we're goblin.
Exactly.
Goblin. Okay. If one of them looks to be more in charge, I'll probably, when it's quiet and they're sort of on their own, I'll probably make a move to try and sort of essentially knock him unconscious. Like, basically sneak up and basically attack him and not kill him, but
you look to get looking to try and get the jump on him. So you're looking for a point where they're both separating?
Either both separating, or if they're both there, just so I can get one of them and sort of still keep an eye on the other one so he doesn't get the drop on me then. If that makes sense.
That makes it. So as it comes a bit later in the day, you'll spot where it looks like they've gone from doing their working together to splitting up to do jobs. Mm-hmm. And of the 2, the one who looks a bit more... He looks like he's giving the orders. Once again, he doesn't look like he necessarily fully knows what he's doing.
He's just repeating what he's been told.
Yeah, he's been repeating what he's been told to the younger one again. And the younger one's like, Go. As you'll be able to keep tracks on him. So make me a... you're trying to get the jump on him.
Yes.
With your critical stealth roll, I don't need another stealth roll. You've been lurking in the shadows like some sort of monster from some kind of Lovecraftian novel at this point. As you will eventually get to a point where you're high enough where you can get the jump without an issue. So all I need from you is an attack roll.
Okay, which is going to be...
Advantage hidden.
Yes, advantage because you are hidden. You are a rogue.
And you can play sneak.
Yep.
Yeah,
And of course, you already told me you're trying to do non-lethal damage. You're trying to knock him out rather than...
I'll do it with from an unarmed strike. So.
Okay, that's a 15. Leaping out from the shadows, you will get him. A swift clonk across the back of the head. Back of a dagger, I'm guessing? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or well, I'm werewolf, so just like...
Ah! Yes. You leap out, dive down on him, claws, teeth baring, which seems to shock him enough where he's almost stunned, frozen, as you get a good bat across the head, knocking him down to the ground. There's a small yelp that comes from him, but with the busy streets, not a soul hears him, as you have an unconscious goblin.
I shall drag him away into the shadows, and now I'm going to the Russian.
Good ration.
Yes.
Ulsanna pitched you well.
Oh, yes.
No, I cut him up very small, eat him. Yes.
Now I wait for him to wake up, and then I cut him apart piece by piece, little by little.
It's not too long before he starts to wake up. As you'll notice, he sort of is a bit groggy. And once again, younger goblin, he's got a couple of scars on him. even at his age. But then again, working for gangs and things, you expect him being a goblin. You kind
It's
of
part of the
expect it.
goblin life. I mean, the amount of young adventurers that take
Yeah,
take chunks
You
out
don't
of us,
choose
yeah.
the goblin life. The goblin,
goblin life chooses you.
This is you. Yes.
I want a T-shirt.
Yes.
That's so bad.
They see me goblin,
Yeah.
they be hating.
Yeah.
They see me
They be
goblin. They hate it.
Hating.
Adventurers trying to catch me dying dirty. But yes, he will wake up as his large eyes will sort of focus on you. He's definitely panicked. There is a tiny werewolf in front of him. Though, yes, yeah, it's terrifying. As he will he'll back himself up as much as he can, though there's nowhere really to run for him.
Of
As he
course
goes,
not.
No, don't eat me! No.
If you tell me what I won't eat you.
You speak? Oh, wait,
Yes.
no, I don't. You speak, yes. You ask questions, I answer, yes, no eats.
Answer what I ask and we'll think about it.
Okay.
Where is the goblin known as Gem?
You look for Gem?
Yes.
Um,
Tell me where he is and I'll eat him and not eat you.
Oh, so... Okay. That seems fair. Yes, Gem, he at moment is at the inn. White Fang have, but Gem moves lots. He does things.
Where else does he go other than the inn?
Gem. Oh no, Gem goes plays cards. Yes. In nights he does. Their place. Near. Hillock Court. I think name place. Yes. He go there. Their bar there. They have basement. They play cards and do gambles and things, and they trade the monies, and he comes back with more monies.
Are you telling me the truth now?
It's terrifying.
Oh,
Worth it.
like, yes. So I'm sort of like
Minkle no lie. Minkle want to
coming
live.
up as close as, like, basically nose to nose with him, growling and said, "You won't tell Gem anything about this, will you?"
Minkle didn't see anything. Minkle didn't hear anything. Minkle hit his head. Is hallucinating.
Good, Minkle. And if Gem doesn't find out, he will never see me ever again. But if he does find out, you won't be waking up.
Minkle understands.
Do you understand? Good, Minkle. And then Dice will... I was going to say Gem then. Dice then...
Gem don't do shit.
Yeah, Gem's about to die. But yeah, Dice will sort of like come back a bit before she'll leave 2 gold pieces and say, "Get yourself something nice, Miko." And then she'll go back into the shadows. Just watch where he goes afterwards.
Yeah, he will look at the 2 gold pieces, and once again, he's got that look of that's the most money he's seen in quite some time. As he sort of he'll quickly look around, darting his eyes around, pick it up as he'll try and hide it on himself. As he will pick up his little box, as he seems to he takes a moment to try and process what's just happened before returning to what he was doing before. You do see him meet up with the other one, and you do notice, particularly with the distance you can get with a critical self roll, you've got no issue sort of listening in a little where it sounds like Minkle is pretending like it never happened.
Good. After that, then I might just go sort of and have a look where this Hillock Court is. Hillock Court, sorry.
That's alright.
and just sort of have a look around there to see if there's any thieves' cant or if there's any signs of other gangs, that sort of thing. Just give it a bit of a recon.
That's no worries. Make me an investigation roll.
Oh, fuck.
Don't roll a 1.
I mean, you know it's me, right?
Fair point.
I like how your character's doing all these investigation rolls. Not actually that good at it.
That's okay. It's not too
I
bad.
mean...
With a 7, there's definitely signs of that kind of thing in the area, though it's not as prominent as like when you were near the bar where the White Fang were, or even near your neck of the woods. It's a lot more common to see. It's a bit sparse here, so not as quite as big gang warfare going here.
Yeah, maybe the quiet outlaying sort of gang operations rather than the actual bases or anything.
Well, you reckon it's also to do with its very, very, very close proximity to a large fortified area, which looks like it could be one of the barracks or more noble buildings of the area.
I mean, come on, the guards are going to have just as much...
They're
They're
probably
the
running the
biggest gang
gambling.
going. Yeah, I mean, come on, it's probably their hideout. Yeah, okay. After that, then Dice will probably just head on back.
As you'll get back ready for the evening affairs. Jillian, during your foray as a healer, it's quite interesting, and they do get you properly stuck in, particularly after you come back from your sort of 2-hour little break. They've got plenty of people coming in with sores, that kind of thing, rashes, and she is getting you stuck in the entirety. She's literally going, hands out.
Victim fell on what? How did you do?
No. It's very simple. Put your hands out. And she'll just like slop a lump of salve in your hand. It's like, so now rub that all over his buttocks.
I'm sure we get good money for this normally, but you know.
It's all over there.
Prolapse.
Usually it's a specialty offered by ladies of the night.
Well, he said he fell over and just fell onto this.
Yeah, they all say that, dear. They all say they fell onto it, or
I was cleaning it in the privy.
they were cleaning it in the privy, or they sat down. It was just sat on the chair, and it always gets stuck. So, she is getting you stuck. She seems to be more testing your tolerance on things more than. But she is training you at the same time as you having children and everything. Yeah, this
Honestly,
isn't that bad.
I had children and a husband. To be honest, I can tolerate a lot.
Of an influence.
Yes.
Yes.
After a while, though, a few hours of this, she'll start getting you stuck into sort of the more complicated things. As the doors will sort of burst open, as 2 of the guards will drag in another guard who is bloodied all over. There's about 6 arrows sticking out of him. He looks completely messed up. She'll take one look at you and go, right, I need 2 towels, hot water, and the bandages. You know the special box I told you behind the counter? Right, bring me that.
Yep, I'll go get
and I'm
it.
going to show you how to use the special box, okay?
Okay, and she just runs off and grabs this stuff very quickly.
By the time you grab the stuff and rush back, particularly the hot water and things, you kind of have to do it in 2 runs. She has the guard sort of laying on his front on a table. She's already had the other guards help cut his clothes off.
Yeah.
As looking at the wounds where the arrows have hit, there are dark patches. She'll bring you over. She will push up a chair for you to stand on, so you've got a proper view. Being a halfling and all, she'll go, right, so this is a problem we've been having actually very recently, particularly attacking guards. They've been using some sort of poison I've not seen before.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you take a look, she'll point at where the arrow marks are, where the sort of these black blotches are. But you'll notice the black marking then starts to spiral outwards in like a pattern.
Yeah.
So, my experience so far, I've managed to save about 2 out of 20 men from this so far. So, but that box there, it's progress. That box there is the little wee secret.
Okay.
So, First thing we're going to do is we're going to need to take the arrows out. I'm going to need your hand with that, because there are 6 of them, and I've only got 2 hands.
Well, I can do 2 more.
Oh, that's wonderful. As she'll start doing the procedure, you can make me a healing check.
Yay!
And
What's
get
that?
advantage. I believe it comes under...
I think it's going to be a medicine check.
Medicine check, that's the one.
Excellent. I'm not brilliant at that, but we're going to work it out.
But you have advantage because you are in a professional setting, you have the right equipment, and you also have her assisting you. She seems to be sitting back a little. She is doing the work, but she seems to be more intent of having you do it, and her being there to sort of guide you.
Being a medical student quite well.
13. 13 is enough to remove the arrows safely. With the way you've done it, it looks like they are going to scar, but you'd rather have it scar than, them die.
Yes.
So, much bigger improvement. Cocktails. After that, she'll pull up the box. She'll put the box down. Right. So, this particular box, I've been working on this for this particular toxin. I still don't know what it is or what causes it. What is in here is the only thing I know that fixes it. Okay? Now, I have another one of these. I'm going to let you send back with yourself.
Oh, okay.
Means if any of your types get any problems with this, you know what to do.
Fantastic.
She will.
That's what we're being shot with later.
Like I said, I don't recognise this pattern, by the way. It's not a poison that I've come across.
No,
or
it's the spiral nature of it, because it creates these spiral patterns. They're very sort of elegant in the way they are.
Yeah.
You reckon there's probably some magic behind it as well? Because that's not how naturally something should form.
Okay.
Unless it was possibly like parasitic, maybe. She'll then open the box, as inside the box is a very, very pungent smell wafts out. A large, almost ivory white coloured grub of some kind, covered in a mucus.
Lovely.
Yeah, not the pleasantest thing. It is alive, because you can see it wriggling.
It's fine. Again, I have children. Little boys love grabbing bugs and insects.
Slugs and snails and things.
Yeah.
And puppy dog tails.
Yep. I've definitely had things like that just put into my hands before and just been like, great. Of course we have a jar that you can keep it in for a while.
After a little bit of effort, she'll basically take the grub out in her hands and she'll pop it in your hands and go, right, it's really simple to use, the wee thing. Do make sure it's fed though, when you've got it. You only need to feed it about once every few days. Just a drop of blood.
Let's say, what's it drinking? Okay, yeah. Blood, of course.
Now, where the wounds are, where its head is, just either side of the head, give it a quick squeeze, and its maw will pop out, and just latch it onto the wound, and it'll suck the poison out.
The head's this end, right?
The little bulbous bit at the end, not the tapered, the bulbous area.
Okay, got it.
It's completely ivory white all over. I get that. It's a bit awkward to see, but
it doesn't have any eye, so it's a bit of a...
I know, and it doesn't show its mouth until you give it a little wee squeeze.
Oh, okay, that looks strange. Okay, and you just put it here.
Yeah. As you give it the gentle squeeze, literally, it's almost like a small hole opens up, and you get these like fangs sort of spray out. And literally pressing it against the wound and letting go, it seems to latch on. As it seems to then draw blood, you can see the spiral dissipating as it seems to suck out the toxin. I shall give you a quick nod and go, right, that's it. Now we just got to do it to the other wounds as well. Last thing we want is him getting fully affected by this.
Yes, you've seen this before then. Is it just the guards who get affected by it, or are there other people coming in?
The only ones I've had come in who've had problems with it is the guards, though not everyone exactly knows to pop around here these days, so...
That's fair enough.
But, like I said, I've not heard any tales of anyone else with issues with this particular toxin.
Treating this guy, do you mind if I have a chat with the guards?
Aye, sure. You may have to... I'd advise giving them a wee day. Because the toxin, though it won't kill right away, it can cause some hallucinations and
okay.
a bit of the old madness.
Time to clear before I ask where this came from, because this looks quite concerning.
It's quite a nasty. Now, like I said, we have a cure for it now, but the only 2 of these worms that are in the city, you're gonna have one, and I've got one.
I've never seen someone like this before. It's a strange insect, isn't it?
I have a wee contact from let's just say she's an elven kind of darker complexion than mine.
Ah. Yeah.
Now,
Well, I thank you for letting me in on this. This would be helpful. I'm knowing the sort of friends that my friends are getting involved with. I would imagine we might be seeing a bit more of this.
but like I said, if you want to pop around tomorrow, I'm certainly gonna have a good chat with him. He ain't gonna be leaving here for a few days, and she'll give a quick nod to the other guards, who will they'll look to you after looking to her and go, "Look, we really appreciate your help on this. This is like 6th time this has happened now."
Did you guys see anything?
No, that's the problem. Last time this happened, who was it now? Jerry, real nice guy. We didn't say where the arrows came from. 6 of them, hit him in the back. By the time we turned around, figure was gone.
Did Jerry survive?
Nah, Jerry didn't make it.
How did this happen?
Hmm?
These all been happening in the same area, or has it been spread about?
We got hit when we were down at where was it now? You know, Weymouth Street.
Weymouth Street, yeah, I know the place.
Yeah, further down from High Road. Look, that's where we were. I will even ping for you. We were doing a patrol down there. Now, we heard some noise. We went to go check it out down one of the side roads, and that's where Jerry got hit. Same happened to Clive here. He got hit in the back. We didn't see who did it.
Same street, same sort of area.
Yeah.
Is there anything strange going on down there? Anything new? Or is this just come out of nowhere?
It's near the docks.
Well, everyone knows down the docks, all sort of things happen.
Exactly, but...
You heard about what happened yesterday?
Yeah, we heard what happened yesterday. I'm glad I was off shift.
I mean, I don't go down there very often, but I've heard the stories.
I'd stay out of the docks for a few days or weeks. It's chaos down there.
Bad experiences down there. But
I've heard they've sent Royal Guard down.
I've heard that like loads of ships came in and there was all this fighting.
I heard there was cannon shots and everything going on, explosions and fires. Someone said something about werewolves as well. I was like, day off, ain't going.
To be honest, if it's not your day, if you're not working, it's not your problem, is it?
Precisely, right? Ain't working, not my problem. Someone else's problem. See, you get it. But,
so just Weymouth Street, then that's where all these attacks have been happening.
Yeah. No, I haven't. I've heard it's happened in other places, but we've experienced it down in Weymouth.
Ah, okay. Well, I know to avoid there from now on. Be a bit careful.
Aye, but like I said, if you want to chat to him tomorrow when he's a bit compos mentis, you got full permission from us. You've done us a real help with this.
Has it just been the guards that's been attacked?
From what I've heard, but like I said, I only know about the attacks on Weymouth area.
Yeah, obviously.
It's kind of one of our big patrols.
Like I say, I've got some friends down there, so I just want to know if there aren't been other attacks.
Well, it's worth giving them a quick check just to make sure. Particularly if they know, if you find out anything, well, real appreciative if you could drop us some info, because we're losing men left, right, and centre here.
Yeah, I can imagine this must be awful for you.
And you know, our captain's not even back yet either. She's still at the old Underdark, but in fact, yeah, the Underdark place she's at the moment still. Got her some nasty injuries.
I've heard of that place. I think we've been doing some healing over there.
Yeah, new bar and everything. I've heard it's quite nice in there, though a few bits of trouble have popped up, though in all fairness, from what I've been told, nothing to do with them.
Yeah, there's been a lot of trouble coming around these parts lately. It's not the same as it used to be around here.
Yeah.
Not your fault, obviously. You guys are
no.
doing the best you could, but...
We're doing our best, but times are changing, and that worries me.
Yeah, everything's been changing recently. Still, things can't stagnate, I suppose. It'll get better. Always does.
Oh, lass, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, sorry, I'm Jillian. Nice to meet you.
Well, Jill, you get any problems, you come down barracks, you ask for Weymouth, we'll sort you out. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Weymouth. I'll come down if I need any help. But yes, hopefully your friend's going to be okay.
Well, from the looks of it, from what she's been saying, that with your help, he should be fine. A few days.
We'll do our best.
We'll pop by tomorrow as well. Anyway, to check on him.
Of course. Well, thank you for bringing him by. Thank you for answering my questions.
No.
I've been asking things impertinent or anything like that. It's just a bit worrying, isn't it?
After you help us like that, heck, you could tell me where the royal treasury is, and if I knew it, I'd probably tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sort of
See,
smiling
Cheery
a
goes,
bit.
do it. Yeah. Well, we got to get back to the troll.
She's trying to be really nice and sweet and like, I'm an innocent halfling, tell me things. I'm an innocent halfling girl.
Completely innocent.
But yes, they will head off.
Yeah.
The healer you've been working with will basically get him comfortable. Right,
Yeah.
so
I'll
the
do
last...
what I can. Yes.
Yes.
Loads.
Last thing you need to know is, once you've dealt with the toxin, like I said, I've got a box for you can take back with you. Like I said,
Right.
drop of blood every few days will keep the thing well fed and happy.
Yes.
Now, you got to keep them hydrated. Not sure why, but the toxin really takes it out of them. So make sure they're sipping water every few hours. And I'd advise make sure they're sleeping plenty as well. They will kick and rive. Leave them to it.
Okay, so that's sort of normal for...
Yeah, it's the hallucinations caused by it. So some pretty nasty nightmares and such. I think the last lad I had with it who survived, he did pop back after the nightmares. He mentioned something about hundreds of eyes and things.
Hundreds of eyes.
Aye.
Aye. Aye, aye.
Aye, aye.
It's gone
Hey,
down. It was
Kevin.
thousands.
Who's the last one to survive?
Well, last one I know survived is a young lad, to Philip or something.
Oh, to Philip. I think I've heard of him.
He's a nice lad, but he's
He was like a young'un, wasn't
he's
he?
a little too big for his britches at the moment. He was talking all sorts of nonsense. Oh, I've killed orcs and I fought in the Underdark and all this nonsense.
Kids are, though, don't you?
I know what
Kids
you
are
mean.
always like that. Always think that. Age will knock some sense into him. Aye, so
But,
lots of water, lots of sleep. Be prepared for hallucinations.
that's what. Yes, so be prepared for that.
Thing that you need to feed blood every few days.
Well, look, I thank you for your help on this. This is quite a big one, and you've got the tools now to deal with it.
Hey, thank you for the Robert. I imagine this was quite expensive for you to acquire.
It wasn't pricey. Like I said, one of my darker cousins. Fortunately, we get along quite well, and we did them a very big favour, and as such, they were able to provide us quite a big favour as well.
Family's important.
Look, if this keeps going well, before I go off, I'll maybe introduce you to her.
That would be ideal. Before you go off in your retirement.
She knows quite a few things about particularly poisons, toxins, materials for such things, and she has ways of acquiring such things.
That would be ideal. We'll see how this goes. This has been brilliant so far. You've been excellent.
Aye. You're so far the best learner I've had. I've not had to crack you across the knuckles or anything, so that's a bonus.
Say, it's what having 3 kids teaches you.
Aye.
You
I
learn
know
how
what you mean. Well, if you don't mind, we need to do the cleanup and we'll get back to work. And I have a few herbs and poultices I need to teach you about before you disappear.
Ideal. That sounds perfect to me.
Wonderful. As she will.
Let me go clean up this hole over here. Got a lot
Yeah.
of I'll grab a cloth.
As you'll get the cleanup done, as like I said, she'll go through some various poultices and herbs, stuff that's very good for treating wounds, that kind of thing. She'll teach you how to sort of make the poultices, how you grind it, that kind of thing. She goes into quite good detail, and particularly you seem to be picking it up quite well, so she seems quite pleased. Her rather old woman demeanour kind of disappears a bit She seems quite pleasant.
Like I say, I'm making friends.
Yes. As Ulsanna, you are making some toxins and poisons.
Yes.
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 So, you have an idea of what you want to make, because you're looking at you said you were looking at making the basic one, but you're trying to pump it up a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So I want to do some more damage when I hit somebody.
Okay. So you're looking for a. So there's two things I can think of that you can try. Now you can do the basic poison and then basically upgrade the damage of the basic poison. Nice and simple. You're basically just having to substitute some of the materials, not an issue. Or you could make something that does something a little bit more interesting, such as it causes them to bleed. So regular damage afterwards.
I don't want them to bleed everywhere. No.
Okay, fair. Yeah,
No.
yeah. You just want that quick, swift takedown.
Yes. What I want is I want the poison to go into their system and stop the heart.
Mm.
Massive
This was the
health
one.
strike.
Ooh. Are you making it aware to anyone in the bar that you are making poisons and toxins?
No.
Cool.
Oh. I might let Cheery know. I make poisons now. And then I go.
Just walks up to Cheery and goes, I make poisons.
I
Goodbye.
make poisons.
Do
See
it
you
in
later,
your room,
okay?
Don't do it down here.
I be in the other. Okay. Just
Yeah.
later.
I warned Damon not to. I know this goes without saying, but don't go near the scary old room.
You mean the attic, which we never speak about?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
have no
that'd be
intentions
sure.
of going.
Yeah.
Poisons.
I've heard stories. I ain't going up there.
Yeah. Make sure everybody else make sure to stay clear.
Oh, don't worry, I've been spreading the stories.
Good. It's got this image of somebody coming up to clean away the trays, going downstairs with pint mugs that she's been putting in poison in.
Yeah, no, I've heard stories. I ain't touching that place. You could send me to the actual Underdark before I go upstairs.
That's gonna be arranged.
Oh, she's here!
Yeah, he's out of the shadows from behind him.
Yeah. Shadowkai Elf,
Then
you
just
can
back
do it.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, he is clearly quite terrified of Ulsanna for... not because Ulsanna's done anything specific, more he just keeps hearing things, and the more he hears, the more he goes, I'm gonna die in my sleep.
You might die in your sleep if you do so.
I didn't hear any...
Once I'm sure she's gone, I just whisper to her, I think she likes you. You're still breathing.
No. I've heard worse things about that, too.
It's alright.
I hear she's like a spider, like eats their prey afterwards.
Yes. Spread that rumor. Spread that one.
Just... no.
I don't think that's what they meant by swallowed him whole, but
You can't prove that.
yeah, right. Yeah, if you do find any wither husks, just sweep them under the carpet.
Okay. But yes, Ulsanna. So making the toxin. So I'm just doing a couple of quick rolls here. As you start to head upstairs, you will actually sort of wander past Pashir, the Dragonborn. She'll give you a quick nudge on the shoulder, and she doesn't seem to say anything. She'll give you a quick nod, and she'll pass you a little package. And then sort of nods, and then starts heading back down.
I go to the attic. Yes.
You'll get to the attic. Your quite vast attic filled with alchemical supplies, a bed, and knives. Knives.
Knives.
All the sharp, pointy things.
Yes, the things used for killing. Yes. In the attic, you get yourself set up. You have this little parcel that was handed you by Pashir, the Dragonborn.
What does it look like?
It looks to be leather. Little leather parcel. Though you are noticing right away it appears to be 2 layers to the leather. And sort of stitched together.
And is there an address or something?
No, it doesn't seem. It does have a symbol on there, which
What
appears to
symbol?
be a. See, it's done in leather, so it's hard to tell colours and things. Though it looks like it could be like a black serpent, as it appears to be coiled in a figure of 8, biting its own tail.
Do I recognize that?
Make me a history roll.
Yes.
And you can have advantage because you know poisons and things, so you can have an advantage on it.
17.
17. That's pretty good. That mark is often used for various serpent creatures, though if it is black, though it's hard to tell because it is done in leather, it could possibly mean basilisk.
Okay, then I will open it with caution.
Giving a quick cut to open it, as you open it, inside you have some sort of like powdered black material. Yeah, you have like a powdered black material inside.
Okay, cool. I know this is what I need for poison making.
This is you reckon this is possibly a very special component, considering it's got a basilisk mark on the front of it. Though you reckon it could be little sprinkle of this in some things could help you with making something a lot more effective. Or you could chuck it all into one thing to make something excessively deadly.
That sounds like so up Ulsanna Street. Like, excessively deadly.
Excessively deadly.
At someone, it kills kills them and 2 people next to them.
Exactly. Why kill someone just normally when you could excessively kill them?
Yeah.
You stab them, they have a heart attack, and so do their entire bloodline.
Kill their whole family with one hit.
Children's children.
Children's children feel this hit.
You stab the guard, and the orphanage next door burns to the ground.
Well, okay. I think how much is in there to do the small potions?
So you can get, small potions wise, 6 doses.
Then I will split it into 3.
Split into 3. Okay, so you're putting a double dose into each of the small potions.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So the basic poison you're going for, what was the damage on it again?
It was 1d4.
1d4 additional, isn't it? So just by adding that'll knock it up to 3d4 plus 2. Do you want to make a note?
That's cool.
Plus 2.
Mm-hmm. And that's not including any rolls or anything.
And it stops the heart. That's what I want.
That's fine.
That is a base of 5.
Yeah.
Minimum 5.
As I would like from you a alchemy roll. Or
Yes.
Because I believe you're trained in it, aren't you? Because you do poisons and such.
Alchemists and poisoners.
You have got the
Kit.
equipment as
Yeah.
well. So let's go for poisoner's kit then. I'm going to say because the material you're using, you're having to be quite delicate and careful, so it's a dexterity based. So dexterity and proficiency for this roll.
And that's a saving throw. Hang on. Right. So straight dex and then plus 2. 3?
Yeah.
Plus 3.
Plus 3
Three,
at the moment,
Dex
isn't it?
plus 3.
Bonus is 3.
You could just do it as a knife attack.
Pretty
It's the
much,
same
yeah.
roll.
Same roll.
18.
18.
I like the idea that you just throw a knife.
80, that's. Oh yeah, is that plus?
So my dex is +3, and then it's +3 for.
Yeah.
So that's 21.
So it
It'll
will...
be 18.
That's already plus 12 plus 3 plus your proficiency, which is 3, so that'll be 18.
So it's altogether, for materials and everything, it's going to cost 100 gold, but that will get you all 3 doses for the 100. Because you need additional materials to stabilize this particular component you're adding. Now, the interesting thing is the stats. So with an 18, you have not only successfully done it, but you have done it well. So this poison does 3d6 plus 2. And the person who has been stabbed by it has to make a Constitution saving throw. If they fail the Constitution saving throw, they are incapacitated for 1 hour.
Yes.
It'll take you most of the day to make it. Once again, particularly with this added component, there's some extra percolation you have to do, and you do have to be additionally careful, particularly something that will incapacitate you for an hour. You don't want to stab yourself by accident.
Not good.
But you do get it brewed up as you have these 3... Once again, because of the dosage, it's quite small vials. That should fit perfectly in your hat. Yeah.
What's the DC on the con save?
It's only a 10. Because of the 1 hour incapacitation, it's not too high, but if they do fail, that's basically them gone for an hour.
And then they kill them, and then they die.
It's like, and then I kill them.
And then they kill them, and then they die.
Hey, if they're incapacitated, you've basically just killed them. Coup de grace.
Stab them lots of times and then they die.
And then they die.
Oh, we can use it to abduct people.
They didn't die all at the same time.
Abduct people, kill them and they die.
But yes, so you have your toxins and poisons ready. Now, lastly, we will go on to Cheery, as you have a couple of guests turning up.
Oh yes.
The doors will open. They do. Well, I say the doors open. They're always open anyway. But you will hear the resounding, sort of loud bellowing of someone as they wander in. A dwarven-looking gentleman. He's got a quite matted beard, brown. Though you can't tell if that's the original colour or not. He looks like he's been living on the streets for quite some time. Ragged clothes. There is a distinct smell coming off him, and you can't discern whether it's just him or him mixed with alcohol, maybe. As he makes his way in, he wanders up to a table, sort of knocks the table and starts looking around and go, "Hey, there's some wee red bastard who wanted me to come here or something about a church."
I think that's one of my. I think you must be one of my gentlemen.
What do you want about a church?
Yep.
I don't run a
Some
church.
priests.
I'm a priest.
Are you?
Aye.
Which god?
Well, back in the day, there was Torrin for a while, but they caught me drinking the wine and fondling some of the nuns. So then I moved over to, was it Helm? I might have been Helm. And that worked out real well, so I learned lots there, but they caught me drinking the wine and fondling the nuns. Morden, now, that was fine. They didn't mind me drinking the wine and fondling the nuns, but they weren't too happy when I slept with the priest's daughter. You ain't got any kids, have you?
I consider you're a true priest.
Oh, no, it's all above board. They were of age. That's what they told me.
How do you get on with Ilmater?
Who?
The broken god. Sort of compassion and suffering and...
Look, my knowledge on religion is pretty shit, in all fairness. I thought Helm was the god of beauty at the time.
Okay.
But if you tell me who he is, I'll remember. I don't forget nothing.
Right. So we're gonna need to run a primer course on the religion.
Right.
We need to get you smartened up and
Do you allow witch huntings?
Not yet.
Right. Do you allow sort of like gallows and hangings and things for like non-believers?
No.
Right.
We're
What
going
can I
to,
do?
Basically, we're looking for compassion, salvation, helping your fellow humanoids.
By branding and whipping them.
No.
Right.
Guarding. Sort of guarding. The idea is the church is the front. We're guarding a warehouse behind it, and we're basically running the usual scams out the back, and collection plates being passed. How are you with collections and sermons? And,
Not too good, really. If you got me doing the talking, that's fine. I can waffle on for hours if needs be. And great for it. When you're dwarven, hey, as the flames come down, and then they roll over the streets, and all the believers were brought up, and it's like, oh, to the
Preach,
Lord.
preacher.
Nice.
Excellent.
I can do that for an hour real easy.
Yeah. Okay. We'll sign you up for the sermons and some of the distractions.
So, yeah, I knew that.
I believe there was another chap.
It's not. Wait, I just need to double it. It's not a real church, is it?
Not really.
Okay, right. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't mess with no real churches.
Right.
Get smited that way. Not good.
Yeah. Well, the idea is we're going for the Church of the Broken God because that's the God of compassion. Let's know it can smite us if we do anything naughty.
You're right. I suppose I could be compassionate.
All it is we run a soup kitchen, we run a hostel, and we don't let anybody out the back, but we keep them shit.
Right. Okay. I think I can get that.
And every once in a while, we'll need you to run a distraction, being the crazy street preacher, which I think comes naturally to a man of your talents.
First thing, I've worked in a few churches, and quite frankly, they were a bit under the board, shall we say. They weren't real churches. So I picked up real good from a young'un, the old waffling, the old speech, and particularly a place like Waterdeep, not that many dwarves, so they can't understand a fucking thing what I'm saying.
Nice. Right, well, who's around in terms of staff? Got any gang members at the moment?
Not here.
Yeah, I know. I mean, NPC gang members, I need to get him pumped off onto some.
Look, I understand you got a decision to make and think, and you got to see my resume. I ain't got one, but still. Is there somewhere I can take a shit?
Yeah, I'll point him in the direction of the privies out the back of the pub.
That's fine. I'll be there for a while, and hopefully by the time I'm out, you've got a decision.
Yep.
Fantastic. You got any, like, whiskey?
Not at the moment.
Oh, right, that's fine then. Right, I'll be back in, 2 ticks of a lamb's tail, if you give it a week. As he will wander his way into the back.
That's pure chaos. He's getting unleashed at someone, but we need to. I'm hoping the human can keep him under control.
I love
Does it come with a handler?
Does it come with a handler?
I just love these characters. I'm not gonna lie, these are great. Yeah. I also have a very big fondness for characters whose speech is incredibly difficult to understand.
Don't make the next one worse, please.
The next one will turn up as the gentleman you have. He is, once again, he does look like a human down on his luck, though he does look like a lot more complex mentis about him, as he'll wander in. As he wanders in, he will basically glance around. He'll spot you, Cheery, as he seems to sort of think for a moment and goes, "Yeah, no, that's the man who follows the description. Hello."
Hello.
Oh, I understand you need
Another
a
one of
priest.
those. Yes, a front man for Church of Salvation down by the docks.
Ah, right, front man. I'm guessing is this not a real church? Or are you willing to negotiate on that kind of
Willing
thing?
to negotiate. Tell me about yourself and your background, my good man.
Oh, sorry. I'm Michael, or is it five? Sorry, it's one of those days. Long day. Father Michael is what I used to go by. Unfortunately, with the times as they are and things, not that many people were coming to my church anymore. But we're quite a small religion, in all fairness, and I do understand, but, you know, they will be smote, and they will be burnt, and they will die in the hellfires. But that's their decision.
Right.
At the end of the
Which
day.
religion was this?
Oh, yes. I followed and served under the great church of RollQuests. The three-headed pigeon of demise.
Right. So I think this is going to be a religion check from Cheery.
You can definitely make me the religion check on that one.
I really want that to be a real religion. Please be a real religion.
I
Like,
know it's
not
just
even
insanity, but I want to double check. It's a 5.
If not, we are making it a religion. Yes.
Fine.
We can
Please
suppose
be the three-headed chicken. No, not pigeon.
pigeon, not chicken. Like that's the opposite.
I
The
feel
chicken.
stop
Oh.
it.
Everyone knows that. When the world's three-headed chicken rise up and destroy the world, whilst the three-headed pigeon will save it.
Yes.
With a 5, it sounds like it could be legitimate, though possibly quite small, almost like cult level, probably. Though hard to tell. Once again, there are some unusual gods out there.
Right. I'm guessing with a natural 20, it's like he's fucking insane or it's a demon. So, one of the two. Either way, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? There's a challenge for any DM.
But yes, things didn't go well. Unfortunately, this church closed because we couldn't afford to keep the building running and things.
Right.
And I've been a little down on my luck since then. Though the great power of RollQuests, I have survived, and I have witnessed the suffering and demise of those who do not follow RollQuests. I'm very pleased.
Right. Well, generally what I need is somebody to man a church down by the docks. We've got the building picked out. Services up the front, a bit of, providing a hostel shelter for the fellow people down on their luck. You know Wiggles, you know the crew.
Oh yeah, once again, Wiggles sent me. I
Yeah,
do know Wiggles. Good man. Used to go to my church actually, though he has mentioned he's not really a follower of RollQuests. He's just keeping an eye on things. So he will burn in the eternal hellfires, but nice man.
Nice man, yeah. Generally what we need to do is the occasional services. Just keep it so it looks like it's a church up front. Feel free to make the church as big as you like. Just make sure we've got privacy out the back for the storerooms and underneath. And yes, I'm assuming you'll want to set up a church of RollQuests.
I suppose, seeing as you're setting up the church, you probably already have your own deity in mind. But if you don't mind me having maybe a little back room, I can continue my teachings and words of RollQuests. Because I do have some followers who would be very interested, of course, having a new place of worship.
Oh yes, if you front it as a church of Ilmater.
Yes, no, I am very well of Ilmater. He is, of course, a sin god, but any who is not RollQuests are. But I do know his teachings and such, and that shouldn't be a problem.
Well, if you can profess those, and
I can most certainly
a bit of healing, a bit of arms collection for the poor, run the soup kitchen.
No, that's fine. Don't worry. In due time, of course, all will follow RollQuests and will be bask in his glory, or will burn in eternal hellfires. But that's not for me to judge or discern. That's for RollQuests.
There is another priest who will be helping you, a dwarven chap. You may know of him if you know Wiggles. He's out the back at the moment, indisposed.
Right. So I'll be working aside someone. Is he a follower of RollQuests?
I think he will follow anyone that you persuade him to.
Easily convertible. Wonderful. My favourite kind. I mean, yeah, my favourite kind. I'm certain we can get along like a house on fire.
Yes, I imagine you will. People screaming, everything in flames.
That's how RollQuests wishes it.
Everyone running around, yes. If you could keep the sort of flames and hanging and burning to an absolute minimum while you're running the church.
Oh no! Well, once again, I'll be teaching the teachings of the god you have proposed, but I'll save that for the back room with my particular clergy and such. No, that's not no trouble at all.
Right. Excellent. I'm sure this will work out fine.
Well, when do I start?
Well, if you talk to Wiggles, he was He's got someone setting up down by the docks, keeping an eye on it. He'll let you know where it is, and if you collect your companion from he's out the back, he's all this chap. And I'll pass this guy. What do you reckon? 10 gold will sort them out for investments and everything.
Yeah, a bit of supplies, things like that.
Hang on a sec. Let me have a look at.
Incense.
Cleric stuff. I know that like you come.
Yeah, it needs a cleric.
Yeah,
There
you'll
was a
need
equipment pack.
for clerics. You'll need incense, a whole
Yeah, there's
vestments.
prices in here somewhere for a cleric bag.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I know there is an equipment pack for priest pack. There it is.
yeah, priest bag.
Yeah.
That will cost you.
25 gold usually, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about
So,
right.
personally, Ryan, I would say one priest pack will be enough to kit both of them out, just because they will chop and change some of the equipment and stuff, because you won't have the same one doing all the priestly duties at the same time. So I'd say one priest pack.
One priest pack, and they're going to need robes for each of them, but they're only going to be simple clothes. So
That'll be like
another.
clothes, won't it? So that shouldn't be a huge, or maybe a bit.
So if I say sort of like give them, well, we're fucking flush at the moment. So I'll give
40.
them 30.
45 gold, something like that. 50.
Need enough money
I
for
was
that?
going to say 30, but 45 seems like a.
I mean, that means
I'll
then
give it to the sober one with instructions not to let the other one drink.
because that way then they've got a bit of emergency money as well.
Bring it away, which
Yeah.
seems like one of them might do that, maybe.
I will trust Father Michael.
Do we need to put some money towards fixing up the building?
That's what the extra gold was for. I mean,
Yeah, it's the
I mean,
extra gold
because-
to get them stuff. Because it's good if the building's a bit run down, because they're going to be running the church at the front.
But
We're going to look into. We're going to.
derelict. I'm not-
you don't want to make it too good because otherwise then people would.
Yeah, we don't actually want people going to this church, which is plus side on this. This is supposed to be a
safe
front.
house.
The other is it's a safe house. The fact that we may have a demon worshipping cult in the back room of absolute fucking crazy.
I mean,
Who hasn't heard of the three-headed pigeon Ricolet? Is that what it's
Ricolet.
Ricolet. I mean, everyone's heard of the three-headed pigeon.
Yeah, I'm going to have fucking words.
I've seen
with
one.
Wiggles.
All praise his
I would
divine
really love it
blessings,
though
and may
if you
those who
came
don't
back and was
help
like,
her.
yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Hasn't heard of that. Please tell me Jillian has heard of this cult. It's just
You
a-
can. I'm going to allow you to make a history roll or religion roll. Get
Just
advantage
about-
because it's something that is localized to the area.
I'm just as bad at both of those, I think. Religion
That's
and-
fine.
Yeah, I just like the idea of Jillian being like, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, don't tell her about it until we're meeting for dinner. And then Cheery will mention it.
Yeah. So make a roll. And 13 is enough that you will have heard of the church and followers of Rukaleth.
Ricolet, yep.
Yep. So.
Are they known as a little bit insane? Like the strange.
There's a reason the church was kind of shut down when they went out into the streets, kidnapping and torturing people to follow Rukaleth, or they got burnt at the stake in the back of the church. Yeah, this was very
this was
culty at the
not
time.
a good time.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
wasn't.
it could be
It wasn't shut down because people didn't turn up. It was shut down because the guards turned up and basically went no.
Oh, this is not the way to run a religion.
But yes, they will head off, particularly with the money you've
What was
given
the?
them.
Oh, Grab, what's the dwarf's name?
He didn't give it.
Wolf.
I'll ask him before I go. What's your name, my good man?
My name, you know what the fuck you want when you're giving us a bunch of money to set up and things. Of course, documentation's sake, so you got my name and things. You wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know, pay no mind, pay no mind. You can call me Girth.
Yeah.
If you can't pronounce it, you can just call me Dave.
Right, Brother David is.
Brother David is then. You know, so you can go where the heck you want.
Just keep him away from Michael. Keep him away from booze and nuns.
It's like fills up nuns and drinks.
Yeah.
Oh my
Makes a mental note to get Ulsanna a nun's outfit.
Oh, he will not last 5 minutes.
So like,
I
ways
mean,
I can get this dwarf killed.
This
I can tell you what the
could be
conversation will go. Yeah, that's sexy. Stab.
Yeah. Like I said, there's quicker ways to commit suicide.
Suddenly, all
Unless
3
painful.
doses of that poison she's made are gone.
Yeah.
What I want to do is pop down. I'm going to pop and see. Well, I'm not going to pop and see Wiggles. But I think visiting the Silk Road bar with Kareem. Seeing as everybody else is out for the day. And just pop in to see Kareem at the Silk Road to see how he's getting on after last night.
Checking in, things seems to be picking up a little bit for him, though. You already noticed that a few sort of windows are barred up with wood panels. Though it does look like repairs have already started in here. He seems pretty pleased, particularly with the influx of people that came in, thanks to yourselves coming in as well. He's sort of he'll look at you and raise his arms, and goes, welcome. Come in. You,
Greeting.
my little red man, are a genius. I am the only functioning inn in this part of the
Excellent.
docks. I've had brilliant business.
Excellent.
And you know what? I'm not ashamed to say it. I owe it to you and your gathering of people.
Excellent. And
Work your magic, Cheery.
None of my fucking lucky charm.
Lucky charm, who are you? Lucky charm.
So, after you guys went, today I've already had 4 ships worth come in. After breakfast and food, I still had a backstock, fortunately. I know a few people, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I've had people drinking. Business has been good. I'm the only bar around, because you lot turned up and made sure of it. So,
any problems with the guard?
no, in fact, the very opposite.
Excellent. They've been behaving.
Drunk
themselves.
over there.
There's a whole table of them in the corner.
Brilliant.
So, you, my good man, I owe a favour to. As I said, I'm a big man, I'm a proud man, but not ashamed to say it. I owe you.
Excellent. We're looking to expand our operations of supply and demand in this area, and we might want to every once in a while just store a few items in your stock room.
Yeah, you do what the hell you want. Like I said, I owe you. If it weren't for you, I'd probably lose the bar, probably lose, the funding and things. I'd probably have to go back to farming.
Is anyone coming around offering protection? The usual racket.
Not yet.
Was it just not yet?
Nah,
Let's know if anyone starts it up.
I'll make sure you're located Underdark, was it? Right. I'll pop round. Right. I'll send my boy round.
Yeah.
If we get any
anything like that, or if you hear any good schools coming in on the ships.
Alright.
There it is. We're always open for rumours and.
But we'll keep you up to date, Elijah. I owe you, and you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Do you happen to know the name of the captain for the watch in the docks?
I don't. Sorry, I never bumped into him. He's a bit of a hard ass, though. Though, from what I hear, though, the guards who work for him don't really listen to him that much.
Right. Well, any problems? Give us a shout. You know where we are. See if we can keep this place functioning.
Yes, well, you take care of yourself, and like I said, any information, I'll make sure it comes your way first.
And have I got time for a quick visit to Vinda, or are we?
You've probably got
not Vinda, Quick Hands.
You've probably got enough time for a very quick visit to Quick Hands.
Yep, just want to pop up, give him 250 gold, which I'm taking out of the group funds. I'm not spending my money on this. Is for the group.
You've returned.
Yes. That offer of introduction you had last time.
Yes, I'm. The offer is still on the table. I'm a fair man.
I'll drop a small pouch containing 250 gold.
He'll, as you've put the 200 gold out, he'll take a quick look. You'll notice he doesn't sort of look to see he looks at the coins, sort of shakes it about, then he sort of balances his hand, and so goes, "Yeah, 200 gold, good. Certainly, I will have him contact you in the morning. He will arrive. Dawn, make sure there is breakfast for him. He does like lightly browned toast with a little bit of butter on the side, not on the toast itself. 3 sausages, some bacon. He's not got a preference on how much, though more the better. And some eggs, sunny side up, soft in the middle still. He will come. He will eat. Do not disturb him whilst he eats.
Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
We had a day off tomorrow, though. We had nothing for the first one.
So I can write this down.
Bacon and sausage. I've written it down. It's fine.
Okay, you've written. Right. Good.
I've got a breakfast order on my notes.
Now, he is not to be disturbed whilst he eats. You do not talk to him, you do not look at him, you let him eat. Once he's eaten, then you may discuss with him. I advise you arrive with a glass of brandy to start the conversation with him.
Start conversation with brandy. Great, I have a proper breakfast order written on my notes now.
Yes, I've succeeded as a GM. I've made you write a breakfast order.
Right, and do we have the chap's name?
Unfortunately, I don't even know the chap's name, though he does go by the architect.
Architect.
He likes to keep to himself. He's a good man. Once you start the conversations, things are fine from there, but he does like his privacy whilst he enjoys a bit of a meal, and you'll find he's a bit more willing to speak after a bite to eat. So this is more for your sake than mine. Go through those things and you'll find he's a lot more amicable.
Right. Excellent. I'll make sure he's not disturbed.
Yes. Do it wrong, he will be grumpy. He will still speak to you, but you may not get the same pricing that you're after.
So bribe him with food.
Bribe him with food. Keep the others away, and possibly stick a dragonborn to stop anyone from talking to him. Looks like it's not Eric's day off tomorrow.
But yes, you'll get that information. He'll give you a quick nod. He'll go, well, if there's nothing else you require.
Actually, I'm looking. I don't know if you can suggest anywhere for upgrading getting some studded leather armor, and also need to source a safe from somewhere. I was really impressed by your back.
My backroom safe cost me in the region of about 200,000 gold.
Yeah.
And 6 favors.
Right. For a more general safe, who would you recommend as the top security experts in?
For someone within your price range, and I'm guessing price range at the moment, I would advise your local blacksmith. Though you won't have the same magical securities, you will find they will do good craftsmanship with good materials. Make sure it's a good blacksmith and not someone who's a bit subpar like the one who works for you currently.
Excellent. Okay. Thanks as always, Quick Hands. You know where we are.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Cheery just takes it because it's always worth letting people undervalue you.
To be fair, is our blacksmith not that great? Because I don't really.
Essek is workmanlike. It's the other dragonborn that's with him that's got the skills.
He's got a natural talent for it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, with that, we're gonna take a break. And when we come back, we will then go to your meeting with the Nameless, because this could be a very interesting one. We will be back with your little party and soiree with one of the other gangs of the area, one of the bigger gangs of the area. So we will leave it there for the moment, and we shall be back for the rest of naming the Nameless. Woo-hoo.